Good morning. Welcome. It's great to see so many of you here today. This is the IAB's inaugural games advertising marketplace. And it's not just exciting for us, but it's also because this is a new city for us to be in San Francisco. As I think most of you know, we usually do our events in New York City. So we're thrilled to come here. And we had a little math done this morning, and we saw that 2/3 of the people in the room didn't have to get on a plane based on our math to come here. So I bet you're happy about not having to have taken off your shoes in front of strangers. I found a hole in my sock this morning. So, you know, I think the games, the energy in the games room out front, the marketplace, was pretty exciting. I think that's what this space is about. And the IAB plans and intends to do a lot more in this space in the coming months. And I don't need to tell anybody here that San Francisco itself has long been at the forefront of digital and technology, and it's the perfect environment, we believe, for this event. And you're the right audience to be talking to about the growing games arena, and that's right, I did say growing, because I don't know that you've heard that too frequently recently in the press about any aspect of the economy. That word growing doesn't usually go with it. Especially traditional media is trending down, as you know. eMarketer forecasts that video games advertising will grow from what was a $403 million business in 2008 to a $650 million business in 2012. And a Screen Digest report from May 2009 predicts global spending on games advertising will exceed $1 billion in 2014. That's the kind of growth we like to hear about. In any economy, that's good news. And in this economy, where, of course, you've heard that flat is the new growth, that's really not something to play around with. Marketers, agencies, and publishers all have to take awareness of the game space and participate in it because the consumers are there. Typically, when a medium is growing or emerging, the business model itself is young, or in some cases non-existent, at least in terms of the monetization model. But that isn't the case with games. A business model for them predates, well, probably most of the people I look out and see in this room. You mean, I remember back when you got 25 cents per game, I assume some of you do, a mere quarter, and you'd play them in little arcades, right? And that's evolved to a much more sophisticated model, including subscription, sponsorships, and of most interest to the people in this room, ad-supported games. And I say most interest to the people in this room because it is the people in this room who have done more than anyone to advance video game, the cause of ad-supported gaming. And I'd like to see a round of applause for the people in this room who've helped advance this emerging industry. And I bet many of you watch television, you check your iPhone for sports, scores, you're updating your pages on Facebook. So the competition for our attention and brain space in this increasingly fragmented media environment is past warp speed. But when you're trying to slay the dragon or beat your high score in Bejeweled, it's pretty hard to be doing 15 other things at the same time. And that's the beauty of games. Whether the player is a hardcore Doom master or a mom relaxing with a quick game, a singular focus is required. Games are as interactive as interactive gets. Of course, there is interactivity in posting or watching a video on demand and in social networking, but there is something differentiated about gaming. It's dynamic, immersive, and isn't that an advertiser's dream? Engaged consumers interacting with and enjoying their leisure activity, isn't that a place you'd like to place your brand? The IAB takes seriously its mission to advance the industry with events like this one, to help marketers see the potential in the game space, and is committed to generating market-making research and tools and news you can use. And so you find on your chairs or on the tables in front of you today a press release announcing the IAB in-game advertising measurement guidelines. They're now open for public comment. This is a major advance because these proposed new guidelines developed by the IAB Games Committee in conjunction with the Media Ratings Council help eliminate confusion in the games marketplace that results from different methodologies for counting ad impressions inside a dynamic game environment. Later today, we'll take a deeper dive into these standards, whose goal is to bring clarity to this space, to encourage market growth, and make it easier for every one of you in this room to do your jobs. If you'd like to have the full document in your hands, because all you have is the press release there, but the full document is available at the IAB newsstand, which is outside the room at the top of the escalators. Before we move into the exciting agenda we have planned for you today, there are a few more things I'd like to mention. Be sure, I think you see it, well, you don't, you just see my name up there. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at IAB, tag your own tweets, #IABNet, and become a fan on Facebook. We always encourage two-way conversation during our events. And of self-evident importance at an event dedicated to advertising, I'd like to give a warm thank you to our sponsors, without whom none of this would be possible. Principal sponsor, Microsoft Advertising. Title sponsor, Electronic Arts. Supporting sponsors, GSN Games Network, Ideas to Go, Wild Tangent. So let's hear a round of applause for the folks who helped make today possible. I'd like to give them a personal thank you for helping move the industry forward and helping us do this event today.